The Colorado High School Activities Association announced today that longtime Assistant Commissioner Bert Borgmann died last night at the age of 67. Our 9 Preps reporter Scotty Gaines is here to reflect on it. And I think of how much passion goes into high school sports and other activities. And I think of Bert Borgmann for all the people who want to achieve in professional sports or collegiate sports because of their advancements. Bert loved the prep life and loved making prep sports better throughout his long career.
Yeah, you know, he was one of the guys where we were just talking about it. If you knew Bert Borgmann, you were set. You were fine. I mean, for one, he was one of the friendliest guys there was out there. And two, I mean, he knew everything about Colorado high school sports, and he worked hard to make every sport that he worked in, which was every sport in the state, including music too, just that much better. And having done it for 33 years, he started in 1988, all the way to 2021, getting to see his final year in person, getting him, you know, honored at every single event. It was kind of our joke. I said, Bert, you got another bouquet of flowers tonight, huh? And he'd laugh. He goes, oh yeah. And he was just so gracious about everything. And really today, Tom, it's such a tragic day. You know, it's
such a loss, to say the least. I thought about it today, but all of a sudden you want to know who won the 400 meters at the Liberty Invitational back in 1990, and you'd call up Bert and he'd say, oh, he'd just bang it out there for you. He was just an encyclopedia of Colorado high school sports information.
Yeah, he was a Colorado guy through and through. I mean, for one, he graduated of Broomfield High School. He was a sports information director, or at least worked in the sports information offices at both CSU and at UNC. And yeah, like you said, I mean, he knew everything. He was everywhere also. He loved the basketball tournaments, loved the baseball tournaments. And for me, it was cool to get to see him honored so often. And I was lucky enough to catch up with him at his final basketball tournament working with CHSAA.
There's a lot of mixed emotions that go into this. You know, I feel like I'm ready to retire, and I'm happy to retire. But at the same time, I'm going to miss a lot of things. And part of it is the joy of watching kids play basketball.
It's neat, too, to see, I mean, even in those moments, not only the commissioners that had worked with him for so long, but the students, the sophomores in high school that, you know, they had an instant respect for Bert because everybody knew about the guy and how much effort he put in to make Colorado high school sports that much better.
And you think of the Christian McCaffreys, the Chauncey Billups, the Ann Struthers, the Fran Belibis, all these athletes who've become famous, at one point received a trophy likely from Bert Borgmann.
Everybody got a trophy from Bert.
And you think of all the records that he would have known for the state of Colorado, but I think the record for most trophies handed out in the history of Colorado probably belongs to the late, great Bert Borgmann.
Yeah, and really cool. And tomorrow, too, we're going to be going up to an athletic directors conference. Lots of his former colleagues from CHSAA will be there, and you know it's going to be so hard to talk about it, but getting to honor his legacy, like we're just even bringing him, you know, getting to talk about how great he was and hearing from the people he worked with for 30+ years.
And sadly, many didn't get to say goodbye. Our understanding is that he became sick rather suddenly to the point where, you know, ultimately he passed away last night.
Yeah, and it was shocking to a lot of people last night when the news came out. Shocking and just sad, really.
It's a giant community that covers the state of Colorado, but it's very tight-knit, and right at the center of a lot of that was Bert Borgmann. So we wanted to take a few minutes and talk about him and think about him, and we'll continue to do so over the next day or so. Absolutely. He was that big a figure. Scotty, thanks for dropping in. It's good to see you.